This video is sponsored by Raycon. Raycon is a company that was co-founded by Ray J. Celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Cardi B, Brandy, and J.R. Smith are obsessed with Raycons. Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market. They sound just as amazing as any other top audio brand that you know. Raycons are great for working from home, working out, and listening to music and podcasts for hours without driving your roommates, significant others, children, or neighbors crazy. Their everyday E25 earbuds are their best model yet, with 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design that gives you a nice noise isolating fit. It also comes in new fun colors. Go to buyraycon.com/CobesMind for 15% off your order. The link will be in the description. This video is brought to you by Raycon. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. In today's video, we do have an XP tutorial in Team Rumble. Yes, this is for the worst of the worst players out there, the ones who are as bad as me. If you guys aren't as bad as me, do not click off this video, because we will be indirectly working on the high explosives punch card and then also the care package punch card, which is supply drop searched. So if you guys need either of those done, this will definitely help you. The reason why I love this XP tutorial so much is because you can land wherever you would like. So you guys don't necessarily have to go to the yacht like I will be right here, but if you guys want to land anywhere else, that's completely fine. For the first game, I will be showing off the first strategy that mostly revolves around completing your punch cards. So if you guys see the timer in the top right, it says 4 minutes and 33 seconds. We have to make sure we're dead by the time that hits 3 minutes. You guys just go around and loot as much as you possibly can. Get those guns. You don't need any health because you're going to want to kill yourself. If you guys want to, carry big pots, shields, anything that helps you survive later on. And if you guys do end up finding grenades, make sure to pick them up so you guys can kill yourself. I'm going to pick them up right here, right before that timer hits 3 minutes. So I'm gonna go around and loot as many ammo crates and chests as I possibly can. If you guys want, again, carry shields for yourself. It's just gonna make it easier on yourself later on. All right, so it's about to hit 3 minutes. I'm going to kill myself. And once it hits 3 minutes, we will start looking for those supply drops. So as we can see right there, supply drops are starting to spawn in. Just go over any supply drop you want. Once you get one, it makes it really easy to get the next ones. So I'm going to box up right here. I'm actually going to shield up to full health as well, just to make it, again, easier for myself. Then we can start launch padding to the next ones. These ones are very close by, so I feel like we might be able to get a few of them, but let's shoot this down. It is pretty difficult to shoot these down since they do have so much health in Team Rumble, but we're full health. I don't think anyone's going to contest us here. I'm sorry, guys. My screen just went black there, but we got the RPG off spawn. Make sure to pick that up. Then go around, open up as many of these as possible. The more RPGs you have, the easier it is to do this. And again, if you need help with the supply drop punch card, this will help you a ton. Don't be afraid to use these jump pads to get over to the next supply drop. And I don't know exactly when they spawn in next, but that will be later on in this tutorial video. We only ended up getting one RPG, which is completely fine. I wish I could have gotten more. It makes it easier on myself for later on, but one is fine. So now basically at this point, what you're going to want to do, you can loot up for a little bit longer if it is pretty early on in the game and there aren't too many players around you, or you can start getting kills. And do not be afraid to kill yourself with this RPG. We have a few more supply drops spawning in, and since we are full health, we can go box up on these. Since there are more spawning in, I think they spawn in at 1 minute. You can go over to them and shoot these down as well, trying to get yourself a second, maybe a third RPG. And there we go. Yes, another one. So at this point, you guys can start getting your kills. Do not be afraid to kill yourself with this RPG again. Let me mention that multiple times. So now at this point, it's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure to use all of these RPGs, get as many kills as you can, and I will be back once supposedly you should have run out of ammo. So there's another kill right there, and I will be showing all the kills I get as well. And there we go. That's the perfect example of it right there. The reason why I said this tutorial video is for bad players. Hey, I can't miss a supply drop. I have to open it. But the reason why this one is for bad players is because all you have to do is run up to people and RPG them. So as you guys can see right here, we only have one rocket in one of our RPGs left. So at this point, if you have one rocket left, you're going to want to kill yourself while getting a kill. And the great part about this is you can land on people like this, just RPG them, get the kill, and RPG yourself. And then when you respawn, you're going to respawn with one rocket in each of the RPGs. That's why I think it's somewhat important to get more than one. I would say 3 is the best number. 2 definitely isn't bad. 1 is doable, but I would definitely say 3 is that best perfect number. You're probably not going to get 4. So you can fire off that one RPG. We didn't end up getting a kill there, but now you have to kill yourself and get a kill with this next RPG. This honestly isn't the best game because the opposite team is so bad. But that's okay. We didn't kill ourselves, but good thing we have this nade. So once we kill ourselves, we spawn in with more rockets. Even the worst of the worst players can get 20 kills. This definitely isn't the most amount of kills I've gotten doing this strategy before. I would say the more RPGs you get, the more kills you can end up getting. Well, we ended up getting 20 eliminations with 2,860 damage to players, which isn't horrible, and we did open quite a bit of supply drops there. I would say the first game is decent for XP, but it really helps you out for the high explosives punch card and then the supply punch card as well. But if you guys aren't doing that and you would still like to get these easy kills with the RPGs by opening up supply drops, you guys have multiple different options. So for the first round of supply drops dropping down, we have those at 3 minutes like we showcased earlier in the first circle. And then also in the first circle, we had them dropping in at 1 minute. And then for the second circle, we had them spawn in at 4 minutes, at 2 minutes, and then at 0 minutes. So the reason why I'm mentioning this, if you guys want to loot up more to get more XP, you guys can definitely wait for this next round of supply drops to drop down. So I will show one example of me looting basically the whole game and then going for supply drops very, very late game. I think we all have those locations where not too many people land at in Team Rumble and that we like to loot. So you guys can pick whatever location you like to, as long as not too many people are dropping there. Drop in, loot up as much as you want, and then go for the supply drops at one of those times I mentioned. So for me, my favorite spot to loot is the weather station, and then I think I'm gonna move down to Camp Cod afterwards and see how much time for the next supply drops. Again, guys, I feel like I have to mention it. The reason why I like this one so much, this strategy, you don't have to go to the same location as everybody else. If a ton of people were following the same directions to grabbing supply drops, yeah, it would be hard to get them. But other than that, I would say this is a pretty easy tutorial video to follow. So at this point, I really don't feel like I need to show myself looting the weather station since so many people already know about it. One thing I am going to do, I will be grabbing med kits just in case I need to heal up in storm. Again, if you are following my directions, you can pick up these if you would like to. That way you can fish down at Camp Cod, loot this part of the mountain real quick, loot the cabin, and then go over to Camp Cod. So we already have that first wave of supply drops dropping in, and I feel like if you do it this way, early game, people might fight over supply drops a little bit harder than they do for late game. And at the end of the day, if you don't end up getting an RPG, well, hey, you can just play the game out with the regular loot you got from looting basically the whole map. So I'm gonna loot this cabin down here as well. Then I'm gonna drop down here. We can fish around here since I did end up picking up this harpoon. And if there are no fishing spots around here, that's completely fine because we're gonna hit this whirlpool and go over to Camp Cod. Another set of supply drops just spawned in. We're gonna let those ones go. I am just going to fish a little bit, pick up some floppers when I can grab them, just so we can heal up in storm and loot up a little bit extra. At this point, I know there is another set of supply drops spawning in at 4 minutes, so I'm gonna just loot up a little bit extra. And hey, it ended up being perfect timing for me because now we can go get some supply drops that no one else has touched. I would recommend carrying shields if you guys aren't the best player in the world, just so it makes it easier for yourself to end up getting these supply drops. We're gonna shoot this one down right here though. We didn't end up getting ourselves an RPG, which is completely fine. We will be launching over to the next supply drop. We'll see if we can end up getting this one, guys. You know, certain games like this one here, and you ended up taking the RPG, that is fine. We'll get some kills. But I would say certain games, you know, the lobby focuses on getting supply drops a lot more often than other games. But we know another set of supply drops will be spawning in at 2 minutes, so we can go around right now, either loot up more or get some kills and wait for the next supply drops. I'm not saying this is a perfect strategy because sometimes supply drops won't have RPGs. Sometimes, you know, the lobby is more focused on getting those supply drops. But I would say for the most part, it's going to work out in your favor. And it looks like this guy is doing that strategy right there. So we have the next couple supply drops spawning in. Let's get over to them. Oh, we have one right here. There's our supply drop. Sadly, we didn't get anything we needed from it. There's our next supply drop. Didn't end up getting an RPG from that. And is he gonna take this? Oh, that's fine. I'll take the RPG. Really, you need a second RPG? Well, this guy has 2 RPGs. He is doing our strategy right here. So again, we know our next round of supply drops is spawning in at 0. We can get a few kills and then look for the next supply drops. Let's see what we get. Yes, we got the RPG. Now at this point, guys, it is pretty late in the game. We might not be able to get that many RPG kills, but we'll see how many we can get. And there we go, guys. That is the end of the video right there. I really hope you guys did enjoy. I hope I helped you out as well. If you're a horrible player like me, well, maybe this is the best way to go about things, guys. We ended up getting 13 kills, 1,476 damage to players. Not great, but we did end up looting basically the whole game, and we got pretty unlucky with the supply drops there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.